Alright, we're going to be trying some new stuff here. We've got our target downrange here, just on a cheap stand. Next to it there we've got our target cam, so we've got an eye on what's happening on the target. We've got our RCBS chronograph here. Wires come back to the remote unit, so this should tell us how fast our bullets are going. We've got the target cam there, and then we've got a capture device going to the computer, so we're capturing what's happening out there. We should be able to do that picture in a picture. And then here's what we're shooting.
This is an M1A with a Sage stock modification, and it has a magpul. I think this is the Uber stock with a Night Force 2.5 to 10 optic. And we're going to be, the first round we're going to be chronographing is a 150 grain federal hunting round. We're also going to be chronographing Remington 308 150 grain and Winchester hunting 180 grain soft tips. And it's 1.5 power? 3 power.
And we had 2662. 2667.
That's good.
So it's telling us the second shot is 2667. And then we have to do something about the glare in this laptop screen, but then we'd be able to check our shot there.
Also, I don't know if you can see with the camera, but I have a Horus inclinometer on here.
Okay.
And basically what this does is I mainly have it for the bubble, so that I know I'm holding
you have a level
the
up on
rifle
top,
straight
sure.
up and down. But it also gives you your cosine.
So that way if you're sitting on top of a building or shooting up to the top of a building, cool.
So you measure, what you do is you multiply your measured range, which is going to be the hypotenuse of your triangle, by this number on the left. So if you're aimed down 10 degrees, it's 0.98. If it's a 1,000 meter shot, it's actually, you multiply 0.98 times that, so it's actually, you range for a 980 meter shot. That's kind of what that means.
So that in conjunction with the mil dots to help you range it, or would you use a
Well,
rangefinder?
if you use a rangefinder or a mil dot.
Okay.
Yeah, even with the mil dot ranging, you're looking through the hypotenuse of the triangle, and what you actually want to do your ballistics for is the adjacent leg of the triangle, or the ground distance.
Okay.
And that's how much the bullet's going to drop over that path. Okay, let's do a third shot. I'm going to slide down a little bit to get myself right in between the...
Are you shooting dead on at the center of the...
I am.
Okay.
But I'm making sure I'm...
So I don't think I can see the holes. I'm using the JVC camera here to film, and with its optical, I don't think I'm seeing them. 2680. So we are seeing some fluctuation here.
Can we see anything on the screen there? Same hole. Yeah. 2679.
Yeah, dead center, like what, 3 inches high? A little to the left, about a quarter inch or so, half inch.
2666.
Okay, we fired 6 rounds with this load, 150 grain fed. Put the can on, fire 6 more rounds.
GPS will work. Okay. Then I always want to put like a, this is
cool.
Treat for gunshot.
Okay, we're going to add something to the equation. This is a Gemtech HVT. This is a 308, 300 Win Mag, 30 cal suppressor.
So that'd work on an AK also?
It would. This would fit on a 7.62. As long as you're not shooting corrosive ammunition, you'd be safe.
Be screwing yourself, yeah.
But you'd
Okay.
be safe shooting an AK with this.
Do you have an AK with a break for it?
I don't. I don't own an AK pattern.
Oh.
That doesn't mean I don't want one. Okay, so
And these will almost always improve your group size, right?
on the M1A, it definitely does. That weighs 1.5 pounds. It's pretty heavy. But actually what that does is it's a huge mass at the end of your barrel. And that forces it into the second mode of vibration. So the first mode of vibration looks like a diving board where the end's free and it just bounces up and down. And what the second mode does is it turns it into more of like a, I can't think of a good descriptor, kind of like a rope bridge kind of scenario where the two ends are fixed. And
Gives you another fulcrum, basically?
no, it's just because there's so much mass at the end, the way that the vibrations
Object in
occur
motion,
the
so
barrel.
since it's not in motion, it's going to take more motion to move and get it moving.
It gets you a little bit more consistency than having the barrel flopping around at the end.
Now they're also like having the perfect crown because they create equal back pressure as the can fills, and it gives it a perfect crown basically as it leaves.
Yeah, that's another option. And then also something else this has is this has a fixed expansion volume. So whenever the gas pressures come out of the barrel, it's always the fixed volume. So it gives you more consistency.
Consistency is accuracy, so that's cool. Cool.
So if it's consistency low and to the left, and if you zero for that, it'll give you a little bit more consistent group.
How about repeatability? When you take that off and put it back on, will you get the same consistent shift?
I get a minor shift, and I'm still trying to figure out how to do like a dope chart for that. But all the pros and stuff, they'll just do everything with it on or everything with it off, and I believe that the holy grail of a suppressor is to have less than 1 M1A point of impact shift. Cool. Going to load and make ready.
This is the same Federal 150?
This is Federal, 150 grain, same stuff. Yeah, I'm going to bring my zoom way back so I don't hit that chronograph.
Wow, that is a big difference in sound too.
So velocity, 2661. So anything over roughly 1,000 foot per second is supersonic, and you're going to hear the sonic crack no matter what. .2659. .2671. This is Remington 150 grain full metal jacket. This is the Walmart. This is what you get at Walmart. Compared to the Federal, it's shooting about 3 inches higher than the Federal was, which I'm guessing is going to mean it has a higher velocity. We'll see what the chronograph says. But I'm trying to figure out where I should aim on the target so that it's safest with the chrono. So I'm probably going to look through there and pick a spot right in the middle. And we got a battery warning instead of a velocity.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We got a couple more 9 volts.
Okay. It's all back here, right? It's not down there?
Yeah.
We're going to continue. We're going to finish with the Remington 150 grain 308. This is the Walmart special stuff. FMJ. Two 623. Write it down. Two 679. 2694.
Hold on to this.
Okay.
This has just got like 5 or 6 little
I think it is juiced.
2697.
Does that say full?
Yeah.
I thought. Okay.
Remington 150 grain. It was all ballpark. What you can do with this is you can put this into Excel and find the mean, and then just look at the standard deviation, and you can figure out which ammunition has the most amount of rounds within a standard deviation of the average. I mean, this is only 6 data points, so it's hard to look, but you could shoot a box of ammo and
Guys, I'm gonna go down range and
look at which one shoots best.
Welcome to our world, Chad.
We have one more to try. We have Winchester 180 grain soft tip hunting ammo. You know, historically the heavier rounds are more accurate. At long range, we have no idea what it'll do velocity wise. We're doing a 180 grain Winchester hunting rounds. These are soft tip hunting rounds.
Sure.
2570.
My BDO's off a little bit with the runaway green, so try something like that.
Well, very consistent with that can.
2568. So, if you look at, I mean, you could go and actually look at the standard deviation, but just look at how much closer these numbers are to each other
Right.
as far as consistency goes versus
Than just without the can, yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
The guys and gals of GunWebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thanks for watching GunWebsites.com.